Since April 2018, a suit was filed on behalf of 69 of the victims. 69 of the victims. They are in court representing themselves, and there are over 100 or more people who have also become victims or who are victims, but for some reasons were not documented by the One Ghana movement when they began the documentation processes.
Nikita Mao. So say about what to say? Jinafa why? And first now we are there, and I say we are there. First now we need Juma. Now we start studying assembly see our ha. It is a sense of a now. Say so. It's in a day now. Person say what they were brought boy. So you might say that. Okay. Your friend saying. It is a saying their own hospital be surgery near there. Omo surgery. But Oma can combat me. I will say Ramanka when you are coming. Okay. Over to me to watch and I would see one year. What's your year? Your friend saying Solomon Day.
Solomon Sunday.
Okay, that's why. Okay, what's me so peja watari and kakra? Okay. Okay, so what's my done with Yamaya Chaka? Okay. That's why.
So by way of updates, I'm not allowed to go into the merits of the case. We will continue to fight the merits of the case in the courtroom. Since April 2018, a suit was filed on behalf of 69 of the victims. 69 of the victims. They are in court representing themselves, and there are over 100 or more people who have also become victims or who are victims, but for some reasons were not documented by the One Ghana movement when they began the documentation processes. So since 2018, the suit has seen some ups and downs. There's 17 institutions that contributed to the report, and they had many police officers who also did investigations that supported the report. The report identified a number of things that went wrong. The leakage of the fuel from the Goya filling station. As you can see, there's another filling station around, but there was no leakage of fuel from that filling station. It tells you something went wrong. They made several recommendations, including the need for annual desilting of the Odor particularly. They made recommendations that, as I look around, it doesn't appear anything has been done about the recommendations. We must not come back to this place where there will be another flood or there will be some fire and people will go through what we saw. Even though the report captured 154 persons as dead, we know that the people who died are far more than 154. There are other reports, of course unofficial, that put the figure at in excess of 225. Even that is still not the accurate report, because we know there are people who died after, not on the day. Even though the report also said that there were an equal number of 154 who suffered injuries, we know that those who sustained injuries are far in excess of 154. But the most important thing is that the state will do what is necessary so that we don't come back to this situation ever again. In the last court hearing, I was asking for the lady who was also there to give a testimony, who has suffered some burns. There are people who have suffered very severe burns than you see here. By our official documentation, we have many people who have suffered permanent disfigurement of the entire bodies. Permanent disfigurement of the entire bodies. We have victims who suffered permanent disfigurement of their faces. And as you can see, one is right here. We have some of the victims who suffered fractured legs, fractured arms. We have some of the victims who suffered permanent disfigurement of their torsos, their arms, their stomachs, their legs, their chest, and their backsides. The state or the government providing them or paying for their medical bills for the first few days that they were in hospital, including those who were in hospital for about 6 months, was not all that was required. As we speak today, some of them continue to seek medical help. Where are they getting the money to pay for that? How about those who have lost their breadwinners? Is it enough to simply pay for the funeral that was organized for them? Is it enough to just take care of the caskets in which they were buried? It is clearly not enough. So it is our prayer that sued in court, now that the trial has started effectively, we will see to the end of that. But as Senor Jose said, the One Ghana movement has done a yeoman's job. But the best solution, even though we are in court, since April of 2018, we believe that the government can make an intervention that is meaningful. They are in court seeking about a total of about 42 million Ghana cedis. Inflation has meant that amount will not be the same, the value will not be the same this time. The government can reach out to these people in a more meaningful way. So we thank you for coming out today, and we hope that we will not just be here observing the 10th anniversary without also playing our parts in making sure that we keep our city clean, in making sure that when we see that something is wrong, we blow the whistle and blow the whistle in good time enough so that people don't die, people don't suffer as these people are suffering today before we take action. Thank you very much, and continue to pray with the victims more particularly as we continue the court process. You should come to court and see how the memories of the events, when they are going through cross-examination, the memories, the trauma, what it makes them feel, how they break down and cry in the courtroom. This country can do better for the victims and do better for the future. The recommendations of the Justice Isaac Delali Dose Committee should be implemented, because as we can see, they have not been touched. Thank you very much.
Okay, nti aye bosome etoso enum and abosom etoso 9 ewo 2018 ana enam one Ghana eso yede asem ekoto court efa ne eto amanfo ewo ahase na nipa beye duasia enkron ena omugina court as plaintiffs na omugina ho omoye nkrofo a sebe omu edidem ne esiye no omoye nkrofo a ha omo debre no ye nkrofo a sebe eja hyehye no hyehye omonim ebi ohwa a omonan ebi omuyefunu ebi omuchi omuti eyade ha adwen pa na ye ka ho asem yi emu bi ohwa ebi aye nkai but yenumu aye kai no ube kai say abra atorentem no esiye no nipa omo hyehye no a ewuye no na yesisa omo etese sebe emu bi a yekun omo na yeto omo edigu eye ka mu se ye kwakusie omo reporter eye omo a committee a aban etusi ho ede baaye no committee no na eye Justice Isaac Delali Dose enana oda no na eye committee eye nipa enum na July 2015 ena omo report no baaye omo report no omo kirekire mu se eye nipa oha eni eduenu enan ena ewuye but enim se nipa omo wuye no omo brosa omo sanso kire mu se nipa 154 ena sebe omo enya your friend is saying omo nya injuries omo prepraye eno so nyame anim nukre ni anim se sa nipa no omo brosa inti nipa 69 a omugina court dem no omugina court dem ema omu ho ene omu a asem no so eto omu no omugina omu anemu na 2018 yede asem no koto court no asem no sebe enya your friend is saying history kakra but nyame ncha de eye afiwei ene ye sha ase a ye di asem no ewo ne kwan so anye efre no trial no eye 2018 ye ene chance eye omo a omo ehu kan mu no omo mu enson 7 so far ena omo aka omo asem a kire court no lawyer for mu gina ho emmeku a ye de case no etia omo no omo so omo atoto omo no omo
ofre na mo yi pass asemi si en ebi aka won ne ochina bijuma ka ti yam hwe kwan so a sa ne si bi en de chele ye hia enu echi ne kofo no mo brem e wode e de sisi bi mo hia kofo sisi bi a bijuma mo a start of life we ni ko kofo ma mi kofo papa kofo pa mo yeku mo do mo hwe mo kola mo ya ma kofo mo do mo hwe mo kola and then Mabuni, see, I did 10 years need that's what I count. And see, I didn't say, but for now, Titi, only a mistake as NEC. Go MPA, and I AME, we know we are bank companies. Jabino, or for Biantinasi, any victims, no more discuss, no negotiate, no more so. And now they want to meet in a court of accounts. In that court, they were there, you say, I'm not going to name Kola, I'm not going to name Juma for, like myself, one cat, I'm not going to name Kola for, or one gram. So, what did Juma for? And they get now, a boom, now we say, look, in negotiate, there's some that they need income. And we say, the phone on me, officers on me, famous, and we're there. you punish them. Say, yes, I didn't see that. They said, Ghana, you can't say, oh, you be careful too. I'm way bass. Obi can say, a monument, ground zero. Obi Chem monuments. See, no, one Ghana movement is one more. Airborne, we are supporting the psychologists among the sons of the lawyers among.
Those who carry scars of these disasters are children, breadwinners, benefactors, and humans like us all. The driver Alex, who is shunned by car owners and passengers alike for his cars, is not a statistic. He is a father, he is a husband, and a son who needs to fend for his kid and kin. Kwame Peter, Watiase, Philip, Arthur, and Co, who died, they are not statistics. Mercy Aboma, who carries many scars today and has lost health and hearing to the extent that she cannot work productively, is also not a statistic. Saraj Kasim, who was heavily bent and spent years in the hospital while losing his wife and children, is not a statistic. His life is distraught. I can go on and on and on. Each soul loss was not only a tragic loss, but a legacy of love, hope, and dreams that will never be forgotten. There were individuals who contributed to this society in unique and meaningful ways and lived among us. We must know we are one people and must not lose sight of our humanity simply because the unjust occurrences of any time are farther away from us. These are real lives, destroyed through no fault of theirs, but by the failings of those who we entrusted authority and responsibility to serve and protect us all. We must own up and admit where we failed. Apologize and compensate those who foremostly bear the weight of our failings and correct our ways, more importantly, not to fail again. Till then, the big question remains, who are those responsible and when would they be held accountable? As we reflect, let us acknowledge the bravery of the first responders, the media, the volunteers, and everyday citizens who step forward to aid those in need. They are the unsung heroes whose courage and selflessness remind us of the inherent strength within our humanity. Honorable Kina, honorable advocates, we are grateful for the work of the municipality in supporting the people of this town. Their actions should inspire us all to remain vigilant and proactive, ensuring that future generations are better equipped to face challenges. It is my honor to acknowledge the selflessness of Samson Ladi Ayenini for his dedicated and professional legal services granted the victims pro bono. Samson, we are grateful. We appreciate the team of psychology professionals led by Professor Opon Asante, who provided therapy assistance to the victims. To everyone in the Wangana team, the colloquial of the municipality, the group of victims led by Thomas Sechi, I say Ayiko for supporting each other survive this difficult past. To government, we appeal to you. The victims have suffered enough and continue to suffer economically and psychologically. These victims are children. Let them continue to suffer. These victims are your children. Let them not continue to suffer so unjustly. The failings of GOIL to manage its facility safely, the failings of the MPA to ensure the safe operation of the GOIL facility as the regulator who observed the failings of the station and yet allowed it to operate. The failings of the municipal assemblies to stop informal settlements, install drains and clogging of our drains are failings of the state and state institutions against the children of the state. To His Excellency, the President,